Welcome back to Shapes 2 with the Make Anything machine, and right now we can make anything you want as long as that anything you want is a couple of shapes, quarters that are not connected in any way, shape, or form. Thank you very much for your support on the first episode, and also, of course, thank you to the patrons. If you want access to all these cool blueprints in this MAM, then you can get those by just pledging on Patreon. Then I will give you access to all that. Of course, also, if you just want to watch it and build it yourself, you can also do that. And right, so we'll only have like a few generic blueprints. One of them is the selector we did like last time. This is the selector, which selects the shape. Then we have the splitter, I guess we could call that, because then, and of course there will be slight variance. What we want to do today is we want to take all of this and collapse it into one location. Oh, look at that. We have some milestones that are completed. I have to kind of make these milestones because otherwise you go crazy. I'm just kind of also just want to make sure that we do all the tasks here. That one I can click, but that one I don't want to click because then we want to get a new shape and we might get one with colors, and that's a little unfortunate. I had to do some testing. So let's dive in. What we want to do is we want to consolidate all the stuff you have here into a single shape in one level. And then we also want to make some cleanup, both during this and also at the end of it. So what we want to start doing is we want to start doing the merging, because the merging is, or the stacking, well, kind of merging. The merging is a little bit complicated. Yes, because the easiest thing would be just doing something like, let's always merge from the top. Then that would be something like this. That would be the easiest thing in the world. Let's go like that, and like that. Good. See, that would just merge everything, except it obviously would not. So this is coming in, and this is coming in. That's great. Then they will be merging. This one's coming in, this one's coming in. But this is actually not getting there, because the shape that we want to make right now, that's the one we have down here, actually has an empty spot. I wanted something with an empty spot. And if there's an empty spot here, then the merger just doesn't work. And therefore this part gets stuck, and the other part over here will not go through. That means we either have to do a stacker that is not using the stacker, because this one gets stuck when there's nothing on the other side. It just sits here and waits, so it won't be passing it through without it. Or I need to do something different. That different thing is that I need to do some conditional pathing, and that's exactly what we want to do. We want to make sure that we want to test, is there something here? Is there something here? If yes, go into the stacker. If only one of them is active, then go around the stacker. So that's kind of my idea. So we're going to take that out. And then I'm going to be using this shape because I thought that's really convenient. And then from here we can get the blueprint that we had before. Do I still have it in hand? Yes, like that. So that should be what I want. What I then need to do is I want to go in here. And then if this one... wrong way. How's that wrong way? There. Start by making it only in one level. This is just plainly in terms of routing. And they are outbound. There you go. And then I'm going to get something like this, so that it needs to detect, is this one and this one busy? If so, go in here and here. If not, then consolidate them, because only one of them will be active, or maybe 0 of them, and then go up here. Pretty simple, right? So what we need to do is we need to find first the logic that detects this. You know what? Actually, I want to do it for this first. Yeah, let's do that one first. Good, because this one has both of them enabled, and it just makes it a little bit easier. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our, that one, that's the receiver, green receiver, and get in here. So we'll start back to circuits. And let's see. So what is it we have here? We have the shape. And then we want to say, I just want to know if there's something, if there is an active. And I can do that by using the AND gate. By just basically saying, hey, are both of these active? And I can do that by sort of splitting this into 2 rows, or into 2 pathways. And then basically go taking one line, and that will be just detecting this. Do I want to point them inwards? No, I want to point them downwards. Actually, I need to have 3 spaces before because I need to be able to... okay. And then I want to detect what I'm actually having on these belts, or these pipes. So, that one. And these are now without colors. So one of them has to be moved, and I'm just guessing right now. What I want to detect is this one. No, yeah. Yeah, so this is... Why is the top right-hand corner in this case? Makes no sense. This is detecting what's coming. This is the top left-hand corner. Shouldn't it be top right-hand corner? Oh, because I'm not turning no. Oh, right. It's because it's the opposite of what I do in my my test series. There I have north that way, but now I have north this way. So that makes sense. So this is the top right-hand corner. Yes, that's one. So these are the 2 that I need to detect. That one and the spike. The spike. Yes. Okay. So are these 2 active? Yes. If they are active, then we want to do the gate. The AND gate. There. And this one will not sort of detect whether there's anything, like what is there? It'll just say, is there something there? Yes. So it goes a signal green. Yes. I still want to click that. Sorry about the blinking thing. You're going to have to try to avoid that for a bit. And we need to get the tools. And that means the design I want for over here would then be these 2 like that. In this case, it's disabled. Cool. So this is the signal we need to operate with. Now I need to detect, or I need to send in this signal to both of these locations. And then I need to make sure that I can get it somewhere out here. And I'm going to get... let's do this one. I want to do it as close as possible. Oops. There. And then I want to somehow get it in there. Because that enables me to... Oops. Here. And then I can go like that. And then... Is this taking up too much space? I mean, I don't technically need this, so I can do this one. It's still taking a little bit too much space, but that's okay. We can just do... Flip it the other way. Then it'll be fine. I don't know how close I can make it. I can probably make it all the way over here. And then you can go down here. Good. So that basically says, does this mean that this should go forward? Yes, it should. Good. Go forward. Perfect. Easy. The other one then needs to be detected as well. And... I think I'm going to do this. Because then I can do this one. And yes, it doesn't really matter now whether I swap the lanes. I just don't care about swapping lanes at this point anymore. Then I can do this line here. But then the problem is now that I want to swap the signal. If I get the signal up here, then it's kind of opposite. So if it's kind of opposite, we can just put a not signal in and rotate the signal. So basically, now I'm gonna, I'm sending it out. I'm gonna kill this one and just place it as a destroyer here, so that we are sure that it flows. Good. Now what I need to do is I need to get this one and this one and presumably also this. So we now have these 4 lanes that need to be done something with. But the good news is, oh, that goes out. Copy and flip it. Then that's there. And then this goes out and this will just go in here. So we now have pretty straightforward. That's the easy part. And then that goes, there we go. Okay, so now it's just a matter of figuring out some kind of weird way to do the routing up here. So this is now the design, and if we want to just test it, we can just cut this off, because then it actually implies that, oh, it's getting a false signal in here, and then we can see that things will, hopefully, do it. Ah, it's actually not getting a false signal here, is it? It's just not getting a signal. I'd rather have a... Then what if we want to test it, I can just put a not signal in here, which rotates the signal. And then we should see that all 4 of these lines go out the other side. Yes, let's try not to do more silly things. So this one is simple enough, and we just want to get this into several layers. I'm not going to take all of this with me on the subsequent layers, because we need all of this on different layers, but we don't want it on all the other layers, right? So all this goes out, and that one goes out, and that one goes out, and then we can copy it, and well, so much for that. There we go. Then we are missing a little bit of a thing, right? Because it's not getting the signal to the top floors. So we can go 1 floor, and then I can actually from that 1 floor go here, and 1 floor, this one and this one has to go away. And that's the 2nd floor. There. And then we do the same thing on this side. That one, and then up 1 level, and up the 2nd level. There you go. So now they're all synchronized in their design, and they're getting into that shape. Great. So this is working. All I need to do now is build the same thing over on this side, and then just make the changes. The only changes I need to do is make 2 more of this, which now means that I'm getting a signal here. Are they true? No, they're false, and therefore it sends a false signal. So that means the one thing that is coming in is then going on the bypassing and coming up here and merging in. Great. Let's do the same thing just for half shapes. Like this obviously should be rotated the other way, or not rotated, but flipped like that, so that I can take this one and make here. But this has to be slightly different, because this is now halves. This is not really the same. That means I should, let's see. I need to make sure that the halves that I get in are correct. I think that the answer is, let's see. I think I need to rotate and then half destroy it. And let's see what I actually get out of this. What this sign is here. That corresponds to that one. And I don't need to get the right shape. I just need to know if it's the right... I don't need the rotation. I just need to know if there is something there. And the other one is 1, 2, 3. 3, and then the cut. Yes. So that means this is correct in terms of, is there something in? It really should have like 1 more to rotate it back. I don't need this, but this is just for good sense of just sort of rotating it to the right shape, size, location as well. But this will just basically say, is there something on both the coming from here and here? If yes, then move forward. Great. So now we actually have consolidated the whole thing, and we can actually send it in on a train. However, it's going to be full of junk, of sort of badly made stuff here. And really want to delete that before we get any further, because otherwise I have the train station out here. I'm going to put you in here, and then there. Then what I'm going to get in is incorrect. And then eventually I'm going to get something correct in, like this is the correct shape. If I'm looking north and I'm looking here, this is the correct shape. But that needs to sort of, they will then sort of disable each other until one of them sort of comes in at higher quantity, and then it'll sort of supersede the other one. But there's a lot of false junk that comes through here, and then all the good stuff that actually comes here will then sort of compete to fill up these, and they will start keep deleting each other. That's no fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to make a deleter, and this deleter is going to be placed here, 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 and then actually also before here. Then so we need to make it in as generic a way as possible. Pretty obvious that we want to do it like this. Whew. Okay, so yeah, let's see, how are we even going to make this? Well, it's going to be inbound, and I also want inbound here, and I want outbound here. So far so good. Then we're going to get a... Oh, this is actually not the easiest one, because this will need half circles. No, this is the easy one. Good. Then what I need to do is I need to be able to detect. So we'll have somewhat what we've done already. There. And then I need to be able to do a detection like this. And let's see. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm looking for a way to disable this to send it out to the other sides. Okay, so that means I need to get from here, because I need all these shapes to go in before all the logic. That means the logic has to be as far up as possible. So we can start designing this based on how far it can be up. That means in this space, I need to be able to have... There. This has to be sort of the space I have available. And then I'm going to be doing a deviation here, a deviation here. That means I can sort of count backwards, I guess, like this. And then I guess I can do this as well. I can do it, oops, here. And then that can go into this location. Yes. And then this obviously needs to be brought in at some point. Okay, this is good. This is good. So now I need to make sure that I can get all of this in here. Oh, this is like that. Right. I feel that there's something here that's weird. Could I go? Yeah, I think I need this to be as compact as possible. Which means that is as compact as possible, and that means this one goes up here. There. The reason why is I want to make sure that I can get stuff in here. So how do I do this? Well, I'm gonna get you in here, then you in there, you in here, and you in here. And then let's clean this up. There we go. So that means now I get all these 4 lines in, merging in before I do any of the logic. And then when I do the logic, then I just have to know that all of this crap that comes out has to be trashed. And I can do that with a trasher here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that will then be level 1 goes in. And then level 2 goes in, level 3 goes in, because they have to come back to this level. So there we go. That is actually design. Now we just need the logic. So what are we actually doing here? We are we need to make room for our global wire receiver. Yes. I'm gonna put you up here for now. And that will be on channel 1. Then I'm going to go get you in there, because I'm going to need some space here. Like that. So what are we doing now? This is basically saying, is it the correct shape? Yes. If it's the correct shape, send it onwards. If it's not the correct shape, then don't send it onwards. Perfect. Hey, that's nice. Let's try to do that as... let's not get all of this with us either. There we go. And don't get these 3, because they don't exist. And then go up and up. And then all I need to do now is connect the layers. And then can go over here. That's here and here. So now all the layers are connected. This one comes in. Is it the right shape? If it is, then go out here. Then I need to do the cleanup. If it is not the correct shape, send it out here. Perfect. All right. That's the cleanup. Because that will forward the correct shape and then disable the wrong shape. So we're now going to be making it here. So what is it we want to do here? Here we want to identify not this shape actually. But actually the shape that corresponds to the two top half, the two something halves. If we look at the final shape, so this is the top half, then that has to be the bottom half. So I can do that by rotating it. And so if I rotate once, that's not rotator, it's, well, it is the rotator, but it was turned the wrong way. Rotate once, twice, thrice, and then I cut, I think. And then I rotate again. There. Because that is exactly the shape that I should be looking for. Then I'm going to take this shape and flip it. And then this one... This is just something I know. If it then it has to be the other half, then I just rotate it, move it to. So it's then rotate, cut, rotate, rotate, and then we get it. So that's now here, which is awesome. Except I actually want to do it also down. Oh, now it gets a little bit expensive. How much is that? 114,000? Cool. I need to make a space for it. Because I also want it here. Because I also want to be able to delete what comes in. And in this case, it's going to be... You know what? I think it's easy to do it with this one, because this should be easy. I will just need to identify it here. Right? Let's say that should be the right one. And then next one will be a little bit more complicated. Because then it'll be rotating it and then rotate it back to location. Does that make sense? Now I rotate it twice. Look at what's on that spot. That's nothing. And then go here. So that means, unfortunately, this one will not delete anything because it gets a null signal. You can kind of get around that null signal, but I think I'm just going to accept that that's the way it is. For now, at least. Oh no, here's a problem. Oh no, this doesn't work. Why does it not work? I guess we want to see why it doesn't work. Oh, can you? Okay, here's a challenge for you while you're observing. Why does this not work? Like, it looks like it's working, but it's not. It's only working for a special case. So, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna see what we get. We get another shape. So what happens now is that we get another shape, and this one should be a spike. It's not a spike, so it deletes. Perfect. This one should be nothing, so it doesn't do anything. That means it leaves all that junk behind. It doesn't block anything, but it's kind of annoying. It might be something we'd want to fix. Next one is coming in. That does need to be a square. Yep. And the last one is going to be a circle. No, yes. Why is that being deleted then? Oh, because they are squares coming in. All right, that's me being blind. But some of them are actually circles. We're starting to see some circles because they're merging in. Okay, so yeah, some of the circles were coming in, but now it's only circles coming in. And then we should see... Come on, circles. Where are the circles? Circle, circle. I was just being concerned. Okay, so it's only squares that go out and circles move forward. Yes, circles move forward. They get merged. They get into become something else. Here, there will only be one. So it has to go bypass. This stuff in here will still need to be trashed when we get the next one, because that's just how it works. Let's see if we get something out here. This will be two squares next to each other. Is this identifying two squares next to each other? No, because that's still going to be something junk coming in. So the first stuff will be junk, which will then be junked at this point instead of getting stuck in here. So junking things early is better. I still haven't forgotten why the other one doesn't work, but I'm sure we're gonna find the case for it. And is it coming through? Yes, some of those are coming through. They're being correctly identified. And then they go into the next pathing, which will then ask, do we get something from both left and right? Yes, we do. And those will then be forwarded into the merger. And now at this point, we should only actually have correct mergers in here, I think. No, we'll still have a little bit of junk here. So we'll get a little bit of creative stuff coming in. And then that will be junked before only the correct things goes onto the train. Let's have a look at how this comes through. If it works, there's the first ones. There are some residuals. There will always be residuals. That's how it works. It needs to clean out the system, especially for the merge or the stackers. And we should start just when we see the first one coming in. That's the, there we go. So that means it works. If that's the right shape, it is the right shape. Good. And if you turn north, then it's actually also the right rotation. So now we just wait for this one to go in and then see the milestone complete. And then we'll see if it actually works or not. Or what's the case that where it doesn't work. Here comes the next train, picking up the storage. This will be 3,240 and we only need 1,700. So that's perfect. So we just need one train load coming in. And this will also gradually increase as we get the more inbound. This is now working. Perfect. And then let's see if the next one is going to be breaking it or not. Because right now we actually have a fully functional MAM as long as there are no colors. I revealed it. That's the caveat for this one. It's the colors. Because what I'm doing now is just identifying if this one is the same shape, but not whether it's the same shape and color. So if one of these gets colored, ooh, then it doesn't work. There we go. We got our milestone completed. And now we get a color. Perfect. Let's see if that hypothesis was correct. So basically what we're looking at now is it is this one. This one will now start sending in some squares. And those squares will now be compared and said, is the square a uncolored one in the top right hand corner? And it actually is an uncolored one in the top right hand corner, but it should also identify that yes, it actually should be an uncolored one. So this is this is a caveat that it doesn't work when coloring. But hey, isn't that the perfect sort of cliffhanger for next episode? They're saying that what we're going to do now is we can't move forward with these anymore because we need to do colors. So in the next episode, we are going to be shifting all of this out and then adding the colors. As you can see, we have the 7 colors coming in already, and we're going to be adding 7 stations and then adding the colors in here. That's going to be the next milestone. What we've done in this episode is actually incredibly simple. I mean, I know it's not simple, but if we look at it, it's 2 blueprints, it's a deleter, and it's a path selector. Those are the 2 only blueprints. And yes, of course, the path selector has to be configured. There are 3 different configurations. Later on, there'll be more configuration when we merge layers. And then we also have the deleter, and I'm deliberately using the same deleter for everything so that it's one blueprint. And then you just have to say, okay, here we select the corner, here we select the half, and here we not select, or here we delete everything. We look at, we evaluate and delete the quarter, the half, and the full location. So here a lot of stuff will coming in and then it's going to be deleted. So that is how this one works. I think that's a pretty clean next step. And now we actually have a functional make anything machine, as long as what you want to make is an uncolored single layer shape. Then I'm all good. That we can do without crystals and pins. But we'll continue to make it more advanced as we start adding colors in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot. If you have good ideas or bad ideas, leave them in the comment section below. Also remember that I'm streaming it on Twitch TV/Nilaus. Come by there. And of course, if you want access to these beautiful blueprints, then be sure to you can get those by supporting the channel on Patreon. That's my gift to the people who are supporting monetarily. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.